The Boondokl Bedtime Stories by Dr. Robert Lefevre. Number 21. Then they thought it might be rather fun to go to watch the Punch and Judy glove puppet theatre, because they'd heard that there might be some fighting. Robin and Charlie thought that would be great. The girls weren't so sure. Nor was Sam. But he appreciated Robin for doing his best to win the cake for Mrs. Blank. So they all agreed that they would go to watch the Punch and Judy show. They crept around the back of the other games, and all went well, except for two unfortunate events. When they were going round the back of the stocks, they all got drenched with water, first of all, and then they all got covered in flour. They finished up as a group of 8 very pasty Boondokl. Not that they minded, it was all in good fun. When they got to the Punch and Judy show, they found that they couldn't see it because there were too many people there. Also, they were worried that people would see them. So what they decided to do was to climb up inside the Punch and Judy theatre in order to get a proper view. Much to their surprise, they found a man standing inside the Punch and Judy theatre already. Sam climbed up first, and there was Mr. Punch, right in front of him, holding a stick and beating Judy. Sam didn't approve of that at all. So he went straight across to Mr. Punch, took the stick and whacked him with it. An enormous hooray went up from the audience. Sam hadn't seen them at all. Then he turned round just in time to see Phoebe, the gentle Boondokl, and Chloe, the youngest and most nervous Boondokl, looking after Judy. Oh, that's nice, thought Sam. At least they know how to behave. Then from the other side of the stage came the crocodile, with Robin and Charlie on his back. Yahoo! Yahoo! Ride 'em, they said. The audience cheered again. Hooray! Hooray! Then the policeman came on and tried to sort everything out. But Jemima and Ali took him on one side and told him that he was wrong to make a fuss. Everything was perfectly all right. The Boondokl were in charge. The policeman didn't know how to respond to that, so he sat down. And the audience cheered again. Hooray! Hooray! Then there didn't seem to be much more to do, so Alice came on stage and gave a little curtsy and said, "The end." And everybody cheered again. Hooray! Hooray! People afterwards said it was the best Punch and Judy show they had ever seen. They didn't understand it at all when the man who was meant to be running it said, "I just don't know what happened." By the time he'd finished packing everything up, the Boondokl were nowhere to be seen. In fact, what they'd done was to go back to the cake stand to see who'd won it by guessing the correct weight. They'd asked Mrs. Black to wait especially for this, even though she was ready to pack them all into the wicker baskets and take them home again. And then the announcement came. Everybody waited restlessly. All 8 Boondokl listened anxiously under the table. H and Kelly crossed their fingers. So did Henry and Beatrice, who by now knew exactly what had been going on, because they'd seen the Punch and Judy show and recognised the extra characters immediately and with considerable surprise. And the winner is Mrs. Arlette Black. Everybody cheered again, particularly the Boondokl. Hooray, 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 they said, all 8 of them. But I didn't buy a ticket, said Mrs. Black, who didn't understand this at all. She looked at the children, who pointed under the table at all the Boondokl, who were still covered in flour and water paste. But she saw that they were all smiling, and she realised what had happened. Well, thank you, she said. And she knew she didn't need to say any more. When something is truly meant, it doesn't need to be exaggerated. Come on, it's time we got you home and cleaned you up a bit. She packed them into the wicker baskets, and H and Kelly carried them through to the car. From inside the baskets, which must have seemed very odd to anyone else walking across to the car park, could be heard a very special song. Boondokl here, Boondokl there, Boondokl, Boondokl everywhere. Time to say gosh, we need a wash. Time to comb Boondokl hair. To be continued.